Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Anything is Possible Wednesdays. Genevieve here. I'm so glad that you could join me. Today I wanted to talk to you about mistakes, mainly because I made a big one this past week and I discovered some really great ways to look at mistakes in a different way. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human, but I really believe it's how we handle these mistakes that really create the changes in our lives that we need. There's no point in trying to fight a mistake that you've made. There's just no going back. It's in the past and you have to leave it in the past. Now if there's steps that you can take to maybe make that mistake better or improve, then that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. And if there's nothing you can do, you just have to let it go and just live in the present moment. How about instead of thinking of a mistake as this terrible, horrible thing that's happened to you, how about you think about it as just a bump in the road of your life? And in that bump in the road, you actually learn a very valuable lesson that got you to where you are today. So there was actually a reason behind the mistake. Now I think that's a thought that I could really get behind. Okay, so here was my mistake, guys. I made a big one. Last week, I had a terrible hiccup with my website. I don't know what happened, something went terribly wrong, and I panicked and I freaked out and I didn't know what to do. I remember I called the host provider and they tried to walk me through some things and they couldn't get it to work, and they did a lot of things to my website that really shouldn't have been done, and they actually made it worse. And for 5 or 10 minutes there, I was thinking, oh my gosh, Genevieve, what have you done? How could you let the host service do this to your website? What are you gonna do now? And then I finally caught myself and I thought, wait a minute, there's got to be something I can do here. So I ended up calling my web designer, and she led me to a wonderful lady that literally saved my site. And I'm so grateful for her. And I found a lot of great things came out of this mistake. So for example, I got better security for my site. I learned how to do something on my site that I have been wanting to know how to do for a while and couldn't figure out myself. I actually got a better backup system for my site. And now I have somebody that I know I can count on if anything ever happens again, and that's a really good feeling when you have a website. Any of you guys that have one would know how frustrating and terrifying it can be if something goes wrong with your website and you have no idea how to fix it. So that's all pretty neat, right? Well, it gets better. One more thing happened that came from this mistake. I have a friend that's been working with me on my business, and she offered me more of her time to help me in my business. So she did that because I had such a horrible time with my website. And so I actually got some really great things out of this experience. Now I know at the time that was not my first thought, but if you can actually take a step back and see the big picture after a little bit of time has passed, it will completely change things, I promise. I think it's when we can take acceptance for our mistakes and stop the would'ves, could'ves, should'ves, done this or that, the other. It's when we can create the space that we need to see what we need to learn from the mistake and what we can possibly get from it. I find that when you're able to do this, the mistake or the situation can often clear up on its own, which is really, really great, especially when you made a doozy of a mistake. It's like the one I did. I think that if we can't learn from our mistake and we just let it fester and we stay in the past, that's when we start repeating mistakes and having these same things pop up over and over again. So I think it's really important if we can just figure out what it is that I need to learn from this mistake and really, really get clear on what it is we need to know. So make sure you always ask yourself, when you make a mistake, what is it that I need to learn? Keep your eyes and your ears open for this because it's really important. Oftentimes, like me, you will find that some really good things come from your mistakes. You can make new discoveries and things can turn out even better than you could ever have imagined, which is wonderful. So don't be afraid, guys. Take a risk. Explore your life. Explore the universe. Learn, create, and grow. Don't stand around being afraid to take that first step. You're never going to feel ready when you do something new for the first time. So just jump in with both feet and get in there. And if you make a mistake, that's okay, because we know that there is beauty in mistakes. Albert Einstein, who's a brilliant mind, has a great quote that I want to share with you. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never created something new. Now, do you really want to be one of those people that never create something new? I think we're all put on this earth for a reason, and we have to learn and grow to figure out what that something is and just be a light in the world. Okay, so here's a tip for you. You can act as if. So what I mean here is, once the mistake is come and gone, you've done everything you can, you just need to let it go and start fresh. I want you to wake up tomorrow morning and say all is well, and actually believe that, and just start, imagine yourself with a fresh slate. It's a new day. The mistake was the day before or whenever it was in the past, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Just, you've done all that you can do. You are free. The present moment is our greatest gift, and it's always brand new. And I love that. Ever since I've discovered this idea, it's absolutely been transforming for my life, and I can't recommend it highly enough for you. Try to stay present as much as you can and watch your life unfold into beautiful miracles. What mistakes are you guys beating yourselves up over today? I want you to stop that thinking right now and just let yourself be free. Love yourself. Everything is happening as it should, guys. Trust me on this. Everything happens as it should. Look for those silver linings. Be patient with yourself. In time, you will begin to discover what it is you needed to know in that mistake to bring your life forward, to have new experiences, discover something that's really exciting that you never would have known if you hadn't made that mistake. Trust me, I know how hard this can be, but it's going to be okay. I managed to find the silver lining in my mistakes, so I know you guys can too. Find the wisdom to find the happiness and the beauty in the mess. And some of the worst mistakes led to the best discoveries of mankind. And I know that if you are willing to make mistakes and live your life, you can create beautiful things too. That's all I have for you today. But before you go, I'd love for you to come over to my website, www.genevieveCrownson.com, and leave a comment and tell me, what is it, the mistakes that you're holding on to that you're willing to let go of today? I would love to hear about them. I'm sending you all my love and all my hugs. Bye.